ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नित्यानंद नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानंद प्रदायिने कलौ कलमुष्णासाय जानवापतये नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing from chapter 2 and verse number 46. यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वथा संप्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानता. So Lord Krishna in this verse is telling all purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. So we discussed regarding this verse yesterday that different kinds of religious activities which are mentioned in Vedic literature aim at fulfilling different material desires. So, in order to fulfill each and every material desire, a living entity has to perform certain activity in order to get that. And there is no guarantee that even after getting any material benefit, the material desire is fulfilled. So then he has to again perform those activities in order to fulfill those desires. And there are unlimited desires. So practically it's not possible for any living entity, anyone, that through materialistic karma kandi activity that he can satisfy himself. Lord Krishna is giving the best solution. जैसे हिंदी में कहावत है ना, एक लुहार की 100 सुनार की, सुना है? तो एक लुहार की 100 सुनार,
100 सुनार के एक लुहार,
100 सुनार की एक लुहार. हाँ, मीन्स सुनार मीन्स दिस. हाँ, गोल्ड स्मिथ.
100 लुहार
नहीं, ना उल्टा बोल. सुनार होता है, सुनार बहुत बहुत उसको ज्वेलरी बनाना होता है ना, बहुत धीरे धीरे टुक 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 करता है. लेकिन जो लोहार होता है उसको क्या करना, उसको कोई टेंशन नहीं. एक लोहा है, बस थोड़ा गर्म करता है, फटाक से एक मार के काम फिनिश, फिर दूसरा नेक्स्ट उसको भी कर देता है, तीसरा. लेकिन सुनार को उसमें एक एक आइटम को फिट करने के लिए थोड़ा 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 करना पड़ता है. सिमिलरली, in order to fulfill one's desires, means why everyone is hankering after fulfilling his desires? What is the reason? Yes. Maya? No. What we want to get after fulfilling our desires?
satisfaction, but not getting satisfaction.
Satisfaction and happiness. This is what everyone is looking after. And not even satisfaction also. Exactly, everyone is looking after happiness, ananda, bliss. That's why everyone is trying very hard to fulfill his desires. Any desires we can say, but especially material desires. So, but the end result, if one tries to fulfill any material desire, the end result is that there is no satisfaction because there is no happiness. There is no permanent happiness. That's why there is no satisfaction. And that's why the person has to again work very hard to fulfill those desires, or he develops another kind of desire that maybe by this way I can become happy. If one works very hard and earns 50,000 per month, then he thinks, no, I am not fully satisfied. Maybe I should work harder than this, and I should earn 70,000, 80,000, 1 lakh. So in this way, this goes on. Even if somebody becomes the billionaire, still there is hankering, no satisfaction. And this everyone knows. So why this is so? Because the ultimate purpose is not fulfilled, by which one can really become happy permanently, and that can satisfy the heart. The ultimate purpose uh, which should be achieved is to satisfy Krishna. This is the basic principle of attaining happiness or satisfaction while living in this material. This is the basic principle. Hari Toshanam. Yashvin Tushte Jagat Tushtam. If somebody can satisfy Supreme Lord by one's activities, then immediately his heart will become completely satisfied and he can remain niskinchan. Niskinchan means without any possession or without any activities, without any material results, still he will remain fully satisfied by virtue of his Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means seeing Krishna happy all the time. When one desires the satisfaction or happiness of the Supreme Lord, then he automatically gets the innermost satisfaction, and that is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. Just like very simple example, if at all some real love exists in this material world, that is between. Can you guess? No, in this material world, love of God is in the spiritual world. Even if somebody is living in this material world, if he has developed love for the Supreme Lord, actually he is not in this material, but in material domain. If at all we can say that some real love is there, so that exists between mother and son. This is the only real love to some extent, not fully. No,
Not the same, na, but
daughter also, don't mind. But mostly because mother has got more affection for son, and son has got more. Okay, no problem. You have brother, not for brother, like.
है पर अब मैं सबसे छोटी हूँ ना
Okay.
तो एक हो जाता है exception.
Okay, take for example mother and child, not father and child.
छोटे वाले के लिए भी है पर बड़े भाई के साथ वो है exception.
No, there is no exception. You don't know the reality. If you deeply analyze, then you will understand. But father has got more affection for daughter. That is natural. And mother has more affection for son. This is natural. Why it is so? Because the son inherits the qualities of mother. So that's why, because same qualities, so there's matching. That's like when two-person they get married. So if there is most of the qualities, if it is matched, then they can live happily. They can have a peaceful living. But if there is no matching, then it's very difficult. That's why earlier they used to have matchmaking, but now no matchmaking, only face matching. Five things are required. If somebody wants to get married, these 5 things should be matched. Sundarta means beauty, samaj, understanding, and samanta, equal status, and samriddhi, opulence, and one more thing. And one more thing is there. Swabhav, yes, nature. Swabhav. Swabhav, samanta, samriddhi, and samaj, and sundarta. क्वेश्चन लास्ट में लेते हैं ये 5 चीज मैच करना चाहिए अगर पांचों में से एटलीस्ट 4 शुड बी मैच्ड, एक चीज है जो मैच नहीं करेगी ना तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। व्हाट इज दैट?
सुंदर।
सुंदरता। वेरी नाइस। सुंदरता अगर मैच नहीं भी किया, लेकिन ये 4 चीज जो है मैच हो गई तो चल जाएगा। बट एक चीज है जो मैच नहीं किया तो बहुत डिफिकल्टी रहेगी। अगर 4 मैच कर भी गई लेकिन एक चीज मैच नहीं किया, बहुत डिफिकल्टी रहेगी। खींच खींच के गाड़ी चल सकती है। व्हाट इज दैट? समझ, या समझ एंड स्वभाव, these two things are very important. Maturity, स्वभाव is also important. That's why this Vedic system of marriage is actually proper and scientific system. But nowadays this love marriage system is very dangerous, risky because there is no matching, and then that's why we can see the result. Why so many divorce cases happen? Divorce divorce happen for those matches, means those couples who have successful, means who have their successful relationship, so they end up into divorce. But before that only there are breakups. So if somebody can reach to the point of getting married, that itself is a very rare thing, isn't it? That itself is a very rare thing. And actual family life begins after marriage, and there are high chances of getting divorced. That's why it is not encouraged in Vedic time that a girl and boy, they see each other, talk to each other, and then decide whether we want to get married or not. The best policy was that their elders, grandfathers, grandmothers, they used to decide, and they used to consult an astrologer. The astrologer, by consulting an astrologer, they used to come to understand what is their swabhav and samaj, most of them. And then, and all other things, samriddhi and samanta, sundarta. So these elder personalities, they used to judge because they have more experience. That's why earlier in Vedic time, in Vivah, there was no concept of divorce. There is no word, Hindi or Sanskrit word to this Vivah. Sorry, this divorce. तलाक का कोई शब्द है संस्कृत में या हिंदी में? नहीं है, क्योंकि देयर वाज नो सच थिंग। तो ये एक कारण है। एनीवे, so the only love which exists to some extent, not actually fully pure love, that is between mother and son, the parents or child, you can say. But the best, the most best form is mother and son. The love of mother is different, love of father is different. Both of them have love, but the quality is different. Father's love is dependent upon uh, their children's their children successful life. If their children become successful in life, then the father is happy. And mother's love is dependent upon their children, this happiness or distress factor. Father's love is dependent upon the son's successful life. If the son, he is very successful in earning, very successful in getting name and fame, and he is going abroad, all these things, the father's happiness increases. But mother has no concern regarding this. Mother may feel happy, okay, very nice, my son is getting good salary, is going to abroad, very nice. But mother's happiness lies upon son's distress and happiness. Means if the son, he is miserable, he is facing some miserable situation, then mother feels unhappiness. So this difference is there. Especially for example, uh, when a son, if he gets a good job opportunity and he has to go out, the father is immediately ready. Okay, yes, you go because नाम रोशन हो जाएगा, the happiness ला के देगा. But mother is not ready. Mother want that you live in India, you live here only, you earn some little bit less money, but you live with us. That is the concern of mother. Mother is not much concerned about name and fame, which they can get from their son or their ward. So this is the difference. That's why mother's love is more pure than father's love. In general, we are talking, don't mind. But in general, this is the case. And one of the acharyas, they say that this mother's love for the son is a reflection of pure love for Krishna. Krishna के प्रति जो शुद्ध प्रेम है, or Krishna's love towards living entities and devotees' love towards Krishna. The reflection of that pure love in a very minute quantity is reflected in the dealing between mother and son. That's why in Satyuga, Dhruv Maharaj was instructed by his mother to go and approach Lord Narayana. When Dhruv Maharaj asked that I am very much depressed, my stepmother has insulted me a lot, I cannot tolerate. He was a Kshatriya. So he decided that what can I do so that I can also sit on the lap of my father. So his mother said that your father is more attached to his second wife because she was more beautiful and she was younger wife. So generally younger one, they win the heart of, nowadays it's not happening, but earlier when a person used to have more than one wife, so that was the case. Generally younger wives, he used to get attached to younger wife more. So, but he was son of elder wife. So she said, my dear son, because your father is more attached to your stepmother, so I cannot do anything. Even if I go and request him that he is also your son, you also pamper him, love him. Why are you only loving the son of your second wife? So he's not going to listen because he is completely under the control of his second wife. So, but I can tell you very frankly that if you take shelter of Lord Narayana, you go and take shelter of Lord Narayana, by his mercy you can achieve whatever desires you have. So then Dhruv Maharaj might ask, who is Narayana? Why will he fulfill my desire? What relationship he has got with me? So mother then explained to Dhruv Maharaj that just like because I love you so much, so I have concern for you. So if you feel distressed because of something, so I try to remove those distress. If you need something, I give you. Hmm. I sacrifice my own things just to satisfy you. So similarly, Lord Narayana has got millions of times more love and affection for you than myself. This is said by mother of Dhruv Maharaj in Satyug. And obviously we can understand the mothers in Satyug, they must be having more love, thousands of times more love than mothers in Kali Yuga. Because in Kali Yuga, mothers, they even decide to abort their child. So, but still in Kali Yuga, we find mothers, they have some affection for their children. But in Satyuga, they must be having lot of affection and love. They must be sacrificing everything for the sake of pleasing their, keeping their child very nicely. So in that situation also, this mother of Dhruv Maharaj, she said very frankly that Lord Narayana has got millions of times more motherly affection for you than me. So you go and take shelter of him. He will provide, he will fulfill all your desires. So then he asked, where will I get Narayana? So she said, I also don't know much about this, but I have heard great rishis, munis, they used to go to forest and meditate upon him and purify their heart. In this way, they used to get his shelter. So Dhruv Maharaj said, okay, I will also go. So mother said, okay, very nice, good boy, you go. Then this should be the attitude of all the mothers. If their son wants to join Krishna's army, wants to come to take shelter of Krishna, then they should very happily allow. So she allowed, and Dhruv Maharaj was walking alone in the forest. So on the path, Sri Narad Muni came. Because Lord Narayana, he understood that here is this son, this living entity, who has intense desire to get shelter of my lotus feet. So I must help him. So immediately Lord Narayana inspired Narad Muni and sent him. There you go and teach him how he can get my shelter. So Sri Narad Muni came on the way, and he first of all he wanted to test, because that is the business of a devotee, that he must test if somebody is really very sincere to get Krishna's shelter, or just for the sake of saying, oh, I also want Krishna only. So many people they say, हमको भी प्रेमा भक्ति चाहिए, प्रेमा भक्ति चाहिए. But then you have to test also. No? So Narad Muni tested. Eh? Narad Muni tested. Narad Muni said, my dear boy, you are a small child. Where are you going? So Dhrumara said, no, no, I want to get shelter of Lord Narayana's lotus feet. So, but what happened? She narrated entire story. These things have happened with me. I am very angry. So I must take shelter of Lord Narayana. So Narada said, oh, you are a small boy. You should go and play with other boys. Just go and play cricket. Why you want Prema Bhakti, Baba? You go and play cricket. There is so many opportunities. No, I don't want. I am very frustrated. I just want to take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Then Narad Muni gave the opportunity. See, IPL is coming. You go. Yes, I'll go. Then finish. No initiation. But Dhruv Maharaj said, no, nothing doing. I'm not going back. Whatever may come, I am very much determined that I want Krishna and Krishna only. If you can help me, that's all right. If you cannot help me, Hare Krishna. You go on your way and I'll go on my way. Then Narad Muni understood, oh, he's very much determined. Then he's a very nice, good boy. He kept his lotus hand on his head and said, come with me. I'll teach you the mantra. I'll show you how to worship. And then, but always remember, if you are really inclined to get shelter of Lord Narayana, then you must not get attracted again towards the means your motherly affection shown by your mother. It's not that you started chanting Hare Krishna और फिर मम्मी की याद है मम्मी मम्मी ऐसा नहीं चलेगा फिर. Then you have to give up all other attachment. If you want to develop attachment for Krishna, then you must give up all other attachment. Or at least one should have the full desire. Yes, I must free my heart from everything else so that Krishna can come and sit there. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we are calling him, he is even unreachable by great personalities like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. They also worship him and offer so many prayers, but still Krishna is not reachable to them. To such a greatest of the greatest personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead, if you want to bring in our heart, and if you want to have relationship with him eternally, and if you want to have loving relationship, loving exchanges, you want to serve him, get reciprocated by him, then we must remove everything else from heart. Once when one of the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, 16-year old or 16-year younger, she had a breakup. So she was very disturbed in America, not in India. In India, it is it was never expected that a girl will have boyfriend or boy will have a girlfriend. This is all Western culture. But when Prabhupada went there, so this she was having Prabhupada, when he heard this, that an eighth standard girl, she is also having a boyfriend. So Prabhupada was very surprised, and he was speaking in one lecture that I became very surprised to know that in America, even 8th, 9th, 10th standard girls and boys, they also have girlfriend, boyfriend. Just see how degraded this culture has become. And now this has come in India also. But anyway, she was very unhappy. She was just morose. She was always thinking about him. So Papa said, why you are so much worrying, so much taking distress? You bring Krishna in your heart and Krishna will come and kiss you. Prabhupada wrote, if you love Krishna, will never leave you. Krishna will live with you eternally. all the time. And Krishna will kiss you, Krishna will dance with you, Krishna will eat with you, everything. Whatever you desire, Krishna can do with you. And Krishna, the supreme being, supreme personality of God, he is so merciful. He is ready to have any kind of relationship with his devotees, loving devotees. Only Krishna can do this. No other incarnation can do this. That's why Krishna is Rasraj. Rasraj means he can reciprocate with all kinds of rasas, mellows. The highest kind of rasa which exists in the spiritual world, that is relationship of Krishna with gopis, unmarried gopis, or who are married to others, a paramour relationship. This is known as Parikiya Bhav. So that is the highest and purest form of relationship with Krishna which one can have. But the same kind of relationship which it happens, which appears in this material world, that is the most degraded, abominable, nasty, and miserable relationship. To be very frank. Sorry, I'm using such word, but this is a fact. You should understand. In 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very clearly says, Urdhamulam Adhasaka. This material world is just a reflection of the real tree. The real tree is there. So the reflection you get, so the roots are upward and branches are down. So whatever exists in the spiritual world, the same things are there in the material world. But whatever best and whatever highest quality is there in the spiritual world, the same thing when it is reflected on the mirror of false ego. False ego means considering oneself to be this material body. When it is reflected from the mirror of false ego, the same highest quality thing in the spiritual world becomes the most degraded in the material world. So there, this relationship between a boy and girl, and of course the only boy is Krishna there, no other boy. If somebody wants to have this relationship with Krishna, so he can have this relationship with Krishna, considering Krishna to be a boy, not ordinary boy, transcendental boy. Just like in Dandakaranya, when great rishis, they were performing austerities from many thousands and thousands of years. Their hearts were completely pure, no material lust, no material desires. So when they saw Lord Ramchandra, so they became so captivated by a beautiful form of Lord Ramchandra that immediately in their heart they desired that if only if we were means girls, so we could have accepted him as our husband. In this way, they developed the desire. Lord Ramchandra understood their desire and he said, I can fulfill your desire, but not in this incarnation because I have already taken one Patni Vrata. But because you have dedicated your life for me from not for only this birth, many births you have dedicated your life for worshipping me and keeping me alone within your heart. So next incarnation when I come, you will take birth as gopis and I will perform Rasa Leela with you. So that is the goal. And this is eternally. Then they eternally become Krishna's gopis. So it's not that one has to perform so much austerity, what will he get? No. If we keep Krishna only within our heart and purify our heart from all material dirt, all material lusty desires, and keep him only in our heart, the result will be Krishna will agree to become our eternal husband, eternal boyfriend, eternal father, eternal son, eternal master, eternal friend, whatever you want, according to your desire. That only Krishna can fulfill. Nobody else can fulfill. So that is, so Dhruv Maharaj, oh, we have only 1 minute. So Dhruv Maharaj, in this way, he became fully determined. नहीं वो BGML का है, टाइम लिमिट 1 मिनट दिखा रहा है, ठीक है. So Dhruv Maharaj, in this way, he started performing this great austerity and he purified his heart completely and he used to chant Krishna's holy name. Within 6 months, Lord Narayana appeared and immediately his heart became purified, no material desire. And Lord Narayana agreed to become his beloved master. Okay, so time is up. We'll discuss more about this verse tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Is there any question you can ask?